And look at this. A nocturnal hunter has come into the territory. This is the common barn owl. And if you ask me, this bird isn't common at all. Just a beautiful bird. And as you also can see, the common barn owl is not very large, weighs about a pound, but in flight you'll notice, look at those broad wings. 3.5-foot wingspan, very broad wings, which will allow the barn owl to glide very close to the desert floor. And you'll also notice that the feathers on the barn owl appear very soft, and they are very soft. That allows the barn owl to have silent flight. Now, if you can, and I apologize for our aircraft above, they'll be gone shortly. If you can get a good look at the face of the barn owl, you're going to notice that the eyes are quite small and quite dark. Now that's different from many owls that you might have seen, whereas a lot of owls have very large eyes and very light-colored eyes. The reason for that is because the eyes are not very important when it comes to the hunting technique of the barn owl. What is very important for the barn owl is its hearing ability. Now, take a look again at the face. You're going to notice some feathers that encircle the face. Those feathers create what we call a facial disc. Now she'll turn around so you can get a better look at her face. There she goes. He goes. And that facial disc acts a lot like a satellite dish to sound. It grabs sound that's available, directing it to the ears of the barn owl, which are located right behind that facial disc, and allows the barn owl to hear the sound of its prey extremely well. In addition, those ears are asymmetrically placed in the skull of the barn owl so that the barn owl hears sounds slightly differently in each ear, and therefore can triangulate down to the source of that sound and pick up the sound of that, pick up the location of that prey very accurately. In addition, this bird has the ability to hear high-frequency sounds better than any other creature. Now, why, you may ask, is that important? Well, it's important because this bird is another specialist. Almost 100% of the diet of the barn owl consists of rodents. Now, what kind of sound does a rodent make? But a high-frequency sound. So that ability is very important. In addition, this owl, he has many tools, has the ability to move one of his toes backwards, so he has 2 toes forward, 2 toes back, and creates a sort of a cage so he can grab that mouse right off the desert floor. So just imagine you're taking a walk in the desert on a moonless night, and you suddenly see this ghostly image on top of a saguaro. And all of a sudden you see this ghostly image diving off the saguaro, sailing right over the desert floor and dropping down, talons first, to grab that mouse right off the desert floor. You have just seen the barn owl at work, and probably the most beautiful mousetrap you've ever seen.